Hello everyone, Brian here with Product Impressions. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new Calrod Convection toaster oven from GE. Sometimes you just need to refresh some appliances. So let's pop this open, take a look, see how it works. Alright, no unboxing with this toaster oven here because for one thing it was really large and couldn't really get an angle on it, and really all that you're missing is me pulling one box out of another box. So nothing to be seen there. The only thing that was kind of odd about it is it did come with this little gizmo here for safely removing trays and grills out of the oven while they're hot. You can just use an oven mitt, so I don't see why this is round. It's probably just going to get tossed, as it is a random extra thing to have sitting around for no reason. Alright, the actual use on this thing, you can turn it on and then you can see here there's a scale from light to dark. Right now it is fairly dark. Toast, 2 slices. You can change the mode with this knob and the temperature with this knob, or temperature or number of slices. So you can see I turn it and I get more or less pieces of toast. We can switch to bagels, more or fewer slices. Pizza, and there you can see the light came on around the convection function. You can turn that off or on as you want on any of these options here. Roast, and when you turn the temperature it will change the temperature on here. Bake, it gives default amounts and temperatures, but you can adjust these as you need. Broiling, keeping things warm at 180 degrees, just so that you can keep things warm without cooking them if you don't get around to eating it until later. And that's pretty much it. One thing that I must say that is nice with this, as you can tell it is nice shiny stainless steel, goes with everything else that I have, but there is really not a lot of text printed onto the metal, so even if it does rub off, you know the top one is the mode, the bottom one changes slices or temperature, and that's pretty much it. If any of this text rubs off, it's not a big deal. And in all honesty, that's the only real problem that I had with the old one that I have, is all the text was rubbing off, so you couldn't tell what temperature you were setting it at anymore, which is somewhat problematic. Alright, let's go ahead and cook some stuff. Alright, here we have a frozen pizza. I've added a little bit of pepperoni and cheese on top of it. The box says 400 degrees, 9 to 11 minutes, so we're going to switch this over to pizza. It defaults to 400 degrees. Currently changing this knob changes the temperature. We're going to change it. Oh, I thought that would be the time. Whatever. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start this. Wow, 17 minutes. No. There we go. We're going to put that in for about 10.5 minutes and see what happens. Alright, it looks like we have about 40 seconds left, but it is definitely smelling done. So we are going to go ahead and stop this. Let's grab a plate and pull it out. Yep, definitely done. There we go. So here's the pizza we just pulled out, and you can see on the bottom, crust is all nicely done, top is nicely done. Pretty much perfect, came out in a little less than 10 minutes. I'd say that that is pretty true to my experience with this. It's been usually about a minute or two, so maybe 20% faster than any box is typically recommended. Alright, so here we have the new toaster oven versus the old one that is being replaced. You can probably see a little bit up here. All of the text that has worn off, you can no longer tell what the temperature is anywhere beyond, well, there's 250 right there, so I guess 300, I guess that's 350, and then we got nothing. So that's really hard to tell when you are cooking. Also, some of the settings down here are wearing off. Not going to be an issue when it's on a display like this. Another thing I did mention earlier, that this new one does seem to cook things a little bit faster. I'm guessing that is because of the different ways in which these are constructed. This is just a straight piece of glass across the top, and we have about 3/4 of an inch of actual insulation or wall here. Whereas in the new one, it makes contact all the way across the top, and that is about 1.5 inches almost. So you have significantly more insulation here. It's going to be more efficient from that perspective. It's going to hold in the heat a lot better, and it's going to maintain the temperature. That is nice. I did show cooking a pizza or two in here. One thing that I did notice with that is in the old one, we have a depth of only about 8 inches. So, yeah, there we go. At most, about 8.5 inches. In the new one, just shy of 12 inches. So, what that means is you can actually fit a fair number of frozen pizzas in here without having to cut them in half first. Anytime we made frozen pizzas in this old one, it was good that it had 2 racks in there because we would have to actually cut the pizza in half while it was still frozen, put one on the top, one on the bottom, and then they wouldn't cook evenly. With the new one, everything cooks perfectly evenly every time that I've done it. We've made pizzas, we've made zucchini sticks and other vegetables in here, some chocolate chip cookies. The only thing that we have tried to make in here, which we were not able to do, still had to go back to the regular oven, is actually a roast, because the recipe we were working with called for 500 degrees, and this tops out at 450. I'm sure we could have found a different recipe. We were lazy. We just went with what we knew. So, tops out at about 450 degrees. The convection function seems to work really well. I'm guessing that is part of why it seems to cook things a little bit faster than the other toaster oven would, and even faster than a fair number of the box recommendations seem to suggest. Another thing that I really have enjoyed about this, you can see this, that is glass, but it pretty much looks like a mirror because it is entirely black now. Things have really gotten burnt on there, so you can no longer tell what things look like. Nice to actually have something that's clean. And another nice aspect of this is pretty much the entire thing can be scrubbed with like an SOS pad or a Brillo pad, so you don't really have to worry about cleaning it. It's really easy. Just pull out the little tray. If anything has dropped in there, scrub it up just like new. Yeah, I think that's about all that I have to say on this. Works really well. Very happy with it, and can't wait to get rid of this thing. So, hopefully this has been of some use to you. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know if you have questions. Leave them in the comments. I'll see you next time.